Hello everyone and welcome to another game I played on Ptcgo. For this match I'm going to be trying out a slightly modified version of an older deck I used to play, Empoleon, and this time I'm pairing it up with Raichu just because I think it works better in the current format, and with sort of Litleo and Pyroar out there, you might want to play decks with evolutions, so I figured why not Raichu since it's kind of a good attacker. So I'm going to start off here with a Landorus. So I do play Landorus and Mewtwo here, just because I play the energy and they're come in handy every once in a while. So I will bench a Piplup. My opponent starts off with an Yveltal, so definitely a deck I prepare for with this one, but not an easy match by any means. So here my opponent is going to put down a Veerbank City Gym, play a Hypnotoxic Laser, which is annoying to start off this way. I don't actually play any counter stadiums in this. And then he attaches a Darkness Energy and just passes his turn since he cannot attack, since he chose to go first. So here I have a decision. I can attach energy to Landorus and attack, but that'll do absolutely nothing, so because of resistance, so I'm instead going to attach a Floatstone to it and attach a Blend Energy to the bench Piplup and hope my opponent doesn't have a DCE. If he has a Darkness Energy, is a little bit better for me, but if he has a DCE, I think he gets the knockout that way. So here he's going to bench another Yveltal and attach a Darkness Energy, doing 60 damage, and I take 30 more between turns. So that actually leaves me 30 short, or 20 short of the knockout, so I'm glad he didn't attach a DCE. I'm going to bench a Mewtwo, attach a DCE to it, play a Rare Candy so I can evolve into Empoleon, and then I can Juniper. A great Juniper here because I had nothing in my hand. I will get a Pikachu here. I can actually retreat here into Mewtwo. I could Diving Draw as well, but I'm choosing not to, and I'm going to X-Ball for 80. So here my opponent can attach and just Evil Ball me back, which I sort of think is expected play, but he's going to attach a DCE and Evil Ball me for 140, which is a slight mistake in my opinion. I would have not attached it, or at least Y-Cycloned it off, because now he's going to lose a lot of energy this way. So I'm going to attach to Landorus, and then X-Ball for the knockout. Again, here, still wary of that Yveltal on the bench, since I don't have a Raichu up yet, but he's going to send up a Kangaskhan. He benched it last turn, and he will play a Hypnotoxic Laser. So now he's going to be able to call for family since he just attached. He will play a Dark Patch to attach Yveltal. So I'm not really sure the strategy behind using Call for Family since he does see I play Empoleon. So building up his bench is only to my advantage unless he desperately needs another Pokemon. So he's going to pull out a Darkrai and a regular Yveltal. So I guess the free retreat will come in handy, and in between turns my Mewtwo succumbs to the poison. So here he's going to take 2 prizes, and now we're tied, and I'm going to promote my heavily damaged Landorus here. It's sort of just shy of the knockout. I'd rather have it up there in case he wants to send up Darkrai and knock it out with that from the bench. So I'd rather put it up front and hit for double here, hit his Kangaskhan for double, and hopefully snipe that Yveltal on the bench since I can't hit it for weakness. Now my opponent is going to play Darkrai, or he draws his prize, that's what I was actually waiting for. And here I'm going to Ultra Ball my hand away, getting my Ultra Ball 2 cards away, getting myself a Raichu, and involving one of my benched Pikachus. Here I can Juniper or Chorus. I'm going to first Diving Draw to see which one is actually ultimately worth it. So I will Diving Draw a Water Energy, and I get a Piplup. So now both will net me 7 cards. So I'm just going to play the Chorus, put down a Piplup, and attach a Water Energy. I do manage to get a level ball here, so I will play this for another Piplup, I figure if my opponent is smart, he'll keep his bench size down and with all these Piplups in play. So I will Hammerhead Kangaskhan for 60 to the weakness and hit Yveltal on the bench for 30. So now my opponent, his best bet is to retreat Kangaskhan and Evil Ball me with Yveltal, but I guess he does leave himself wide open for the return knockout with Raichu, which he may or may not fear. And I do play here Lysander, so I can just Lysander it out if I get the DCE. It's kind of weird saying that since I'm used to saying catcher it out. Well, anyway, my opponent is going to use Coffer Family again, getting an Absol and a Keldeo. Not sure if I would have done that, but hey, maybe he has a different strategy in mind, or maybe he just generally feels that Raichu's that much of a threat. So I'm going to Diving Draw away an Ultra Ball. And here I really want to get a DCE, but I'm not sure I can. So I guess the best play here is just to attack once again with Landorus. I'm going to attach a Muscle Band onto Raichu, and here play a Super Rod, bringing back 2 water energies and a Mewtwo. Essentially just going to be Diving Draw fodder anyway, but I may need those water energy. So now I'm really debating whether or not I should retreat, but I'm going to Hammerhead Kangaskhan for the knockout and hit Absol this time on the bench. So let's see what my opponent decides to promote. He's going to go for Yveltal, the non-EX one. So you can get the knockout here with Oblivion Wing and attach from the discard pile 1 energy. I wonder what he'll actually go for. He's going to attach to Absol, so kind of a smart play there. And I'm going to send up Raichu just for the free retreat, since I still don't have the DCE. But here I do get a rare candy, so maybe I can get this DCE by slowly fishing it out. So this allows me to Diving Draw twice. So I can Diving Draw, I want to say this Ultra Ball since I don't need it, and hope I can draw into a DCE. I'm debating what to do here, but I'm going to try that. So Diving Draw, discard this Ultra Ball, and I get a Floatstone and a Pal Pad, so not what I wanted. I'm actually going to play this Pal Pad. This might have been not a smart play since I'm essentially trying to thin out my deck here to increase the odds of getting a DCE, but I'm adding cards into it, so yep, sloppy play on my part. But I will Diving Draw again since I can do it here. This time I'm going to get rid of a Floatstone, and I don't get the DCE, but I do have this Dowsing Machine in hand, so I can actually discard 2 more cards and fish that rare candy out of the discard pile, rare candy into Empoleon, and then hope that I can Diving Draw once more in order to get that DCE finally, and I can use that Lysander. So I'm going to use rare candy here into Empoleon, and here's my last Diving Draw for the turn, and let's see what it nets me. So I will get rid of a water energy, and it gets me a Pikachu. That's not what I wanted, but hey, I took a risk and I'm willing to live with the consequences here. So I'm going to retreat into Empoleon. I'll be able to use Diving Draw. Unfortunately, it won't be enough for the knockout, or sorry, attack command for 110, just shy of the knockout by 20. So now going into my opponent's turn, he has the prize lead. I still don't know why he's not powering up Yveltal, other than the Raichus on the bench, but I've had terrible luck with the DCEs. So now I wonder what he wants to power up here. It looks like he adds another energy onto Absol, so he can Mind Jack, and then he's going to Dark Patch, probably to Yveltal or Darkrai. That would be the smart move here. But oddly enough, he goes for Absol, which makes little sense. He does have a second attack that requires 3 energy, but I don't think it's worth the energy expenditure here. Anyway, he promotes Absol, benches another Darkrai, and Mind Jacks, but he's just short of the knockout. So I'm going to here Diving Draw again, getting rid of this Startling Megaphone. Now I get the DCE. What do you know? But my Empoleon is stuck in the active. So I can actually Diving Draw again to see if I can hit a Floatstone or an Escape Rope, which I also play. But I did Diving Draw a Floatstone away earlier. So looks like that Diving Draw failed. And I have one more to go. Let's see if I can hit it. And another fail. So I've had terrible luck with the Diving Draws. But I will attack a man for 120 and then knockout, bringing this game up to a tie and sending most of my opponent's energy into the discard pile. So now let's see what he'll send up. My guess would be the non-Yveltal EX, since he's tended to favor that, and he can get the knockout here and rescue one of the energy from his discard pile and attach it to his bench. So now here he's contemplating, and that's what he does. So maybe he'll attack me with this. At least that would be my strategy here. Here I'm just essentially waiting for the DCE, which I now have. So if he knocks me out, he gets a prize, but I will promote Raichu and use Lysander to bring up Yveltal EX and take the knockout and the game. So I've been biding my time to get the perfect card combo, which took way too long to get, but I guess thanks to my opponent just being really afraid, it's sort of worked out in the end. Well, at least I'm assuming that it's fair. So he's gonna rush in with Keldeo and then energy switch onto it, and he's going to knock me out. I will promote the Raichu that has ADC. I will Lysander up that Yveltal, and here use Circle Circuit for 200 and then knockout. Thank you guys for watching and sticking with me in this sort of dry spell I've been having, unfortunately, with videos.